New Zealand inventions that changed the world, bro. Do you know any New Zealand inventions? Because I don't actually know, but I know some good inventions. Obviously, internet was a good one. Cars, the wheel was a pretty famous invention. It changed a lot of history. But from New Zealand, I don't actually know. Does New Zealand have a lot of inventions? Probably. Does it have any of the good best inventions? I do not know. But my man here is about to hook us up.
As a country,
and
New Zealand hasn't been around that long.
New Zealand inventions.
Some say we don't even exist. But in its short existence, New Zealand's been responsible
we
for
do
some
exist.
surprisingly important and some not so important inventions.
Did we invent that car? What even is that? What the hell is that car, bro? I thought he was about to say we invented cars,
but in its short existence, New Zealand's been responsible for some surprisingly important and some not
Ernest
so
Rutherford.
important.
What is that? A car, bike, motor car? I don't know what that is. Talk to me, bro. What have we invented?
The disposable hypodermic syringe, invented by pharmacist and veterinarian Colin Murdoch in 1956.
I was gonna say, like,
Colin Murdoch was a pharmacist and veterinarian from
isn't that like those
Early on in his career,
medical things they use at hospital?
Reusable glass hypodermic syringes posed. So, in 1956, he designed a plastic single-use hypodermic syringe that, at first, was deemed too futuristic by the New Zealand Ministry of Health.
But look at us, huh? That's an important thing, you know? They use it at most hospitals and school.
It's one of the most important developments in human medicine. Later on, he also invented the tranquilizer gun. Number 2.
Oh shit, so pretty much what you're saying is that hospitals and medicine wouldn't exist without New Zealand, which actually makes a lot of sense, you know? We have a lot of medicine, and there's a few hospitals here. I know there's a hospital just down the street. So pretty much the only reason people can survive is because of New Zealand.
The referee whistle.
Sounds realistic to me.
By William
referee whistle.
In 1884.
Really?
Rugby is incredibly important to New Zealand's
Facts, bro.
existence.
It is. That's all I talk about here.
The simple referee's whistle was pioneered in New Zealand in the late 1800s
Really?
by William Atack of Canterbury. Until this revolutionary idea, sports...
Is it even a good thing, though? Because when I watch basketball and they always blowing the whistle, that shit mad annoying, bro. They go and shoot free throws. So maybe this is a bad thing. Maybe the whistle is a bad thing.
Players. As a referee himself, Atack got tired of raising his voice until one day he got 2 teams to agree to play to a whistle that he would pull from his pocket, as opposed to his just screaming. Rugby lawmakers in England got wind of this revolutionary concept, and it quickly spread there as well as onto other sports. Number 3.
So rugby actually was the first invented sport that used the whistle. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. But like I said before, does the whistle even important? But thinking about it, rethinking about it, I think the whistle is important because, like you said, they were just screaming. So it doesn't matter if they had a whistle or not. There would be a foul either way. So you got me on that one. Egg beater? What the hell?
Ernest Godward in 1900. Not being happy with being a champion rower, cyclist, and swimmer, Dunedin resident Ernest Godward turned his skills to the house and home after he ended up fathering 10 children.
Damn,
he became
you got a family like my size.
Everyday domestic chores
almost big as my family.
Looked to improve on household tools and appliances. In 1900, Godward patented a hand-powered egg beater that could prepare eggs in just 3 minutes.
He was out beating
as opposed
eggs
to the regular 15 it was taking to do by other means.
Yeah, I just use a fork at this point. I just use a fork. When I'm mixing eggs, I just get a fork, whips it up, mix it up, and you know, it's good for me.
Combustion engine. He eventually moved to the USA, where he set up a business that supplied his fuel technologies to car producers, public transportation companies, and even the US military. A real unsung hero of New Zealand history, in my opinion. Number 4.
The airplane. Okay, finally, bro. I was waiting till we had a good invention. They said they're talking about beating eggs and whistles. Like, come on. What, are these really important inventions? No, but airplanes obviously important. There's no way you can go to other countries without an airplane. So here we go. We invented airplanes. I never knew that. I thought there was a couple of brothers who made an airplane.
The Wright brothers
were they from New Zealand? Yeah, these guys.
The first people
I thought it was these guys.
Achieve powered flight in December
so they were from New Zealand, huh?
But were they actually the first?
Oh,
in
they were from New
1899,
Zealand.
Richard Pearce of Waitohi in South Canterbury began working on
My boy
several
Richard
ideas and
Pearce.
designs for a powered aircraft, and in March of 1903 actually achieved powered flight.
Okay,
some 8
Pearce.
months before the Wright brothers. Pearce
8 months. So they stole his. They definitely stole his idea.
Flight, but several
Wait,
eyewitnesses
what? What did he say? What did he say?
Downplayed his efforts, saying that he didn't achieve proper flight. But several eyewitnesses that day, including entries made in the local school's diary, state that Pierce achieved flight for 50 yards before crashing into his own property's gorse fence. He attempted several other flights throughout the year and several
but
more
he crashed into the
after
gorse.
Wright famous flight in December 1903. Over the years, there's been a lot of contention
So
about
Richard
whether or not
William
Pierce actually
Pierce
achieved the world's first powered
was the
flight.
first
Maybe he
pilot
did,
from
but
New
it
Zealand,
certainly
so
wasn't
we
a
invented
controlled flight,
planes.
though.
Okay,
That honor
I can
may
stand on
very
that,
well
bro.
belong to the USA's Wright brothers.
And that was
Number
us.
6,
We had it before
Nuclear
that.
Physics by Ernest Rutherford. Well known in New Zealand, but outside of New Zealand,
Nuclear
it might
physics.
be a surprise to some.
Obviously, I know Ernest Rutherford. So where I used to live in Nelson, actually, is in the South Island. They have a whole town, and there's like a big memorial for this guy. And you know, I don't actually know what he did, but I guess we got to learn nuclear physics.
To learn
What is that?
the
I don't
father
know.
of modern nuclear physics was New Zealander Ernest Rutherford.
Okay.
Ernest Rutherford was from Nelson, but later
Yes,
took
sir.
up professorships
Nelson.
in Canada
One of the best-
and the UK.
probably the
His
best
most famous
area in New
achievements
Zealand
were the discovery
for
of
weather.
alpha and beta rays, the discovery of radioactive decay, a Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1908, which was the first ever Nobel Prize won by someone from the Southern Hemisphere, and the first artificially induced nuclear reaction.
See, I
His
know
work
no
laid down
words
the
he said.
foundations
Oh,
of
he on the
nuclear
100.
physics and the
He
first
on
ever
the
spin
$100
wheel by
bill.
his two students, John Cockcroft and Ernest Walton. In
I've only ever seen
1937.
one of these in my life.
Number 7,
$100 New
Jogging
Zealand.
by
What?
Arthur Lydiard.
So the last one, Ernest Rutherford. He explained it. It was talking about atoms and a lot of things. I don't understand what he invented. I still don't know. This guy just explained. I still don't understand. But he's famous for it, so it must be a good thing. In science, the science community, I'm not a part of them, so I don't know if you're from science. If you like science, let me know what Ernest did, because try and explain it in small words, please. I don't know. I still don't understand what's going on.
1960.
Jogging? What? How do we invent the jogging?
Jogging. I believe it's jogging or yogging. It might be a soft J.
Yogging.
I'm not sure, but apparently you just run
I say yogging.
for an extended period of time.
It's hard to believe these days, but before 1960, jogging
People were just
as a tool
walking
for
before-
athletic training
before
and
this.
cardiovascular health wasn't really a thing. In fact, running for extended periods of time was considered dangerous by many in the health profession.
What?
That was
See what I'm
until a
talking
marathon runner
about?
from Auckland-
The health profession is cooked, bro. They didn't have those little syringes. They didn't have those. They didn't even have running. Yeah, health might be cooked,
Lydiard
bro, until
popularized
New Zealand
jogging
came
as
along.
a training method in athletics, and also as a great tool for cardiovascular health. And why wouldn't you believe him? Arthur Lydiard made a name for himself coaching several of New Zealand's best ever distance runners, such as Peter Snell and Murray Halberg. His successes in fitness coaching led to Runner's World magazine calling him the greatest running coach of all time. He
Okay.
quickly became sought after as a coach worldwide. Later on in his life, he
Nice.
spent much of his time in the United States, where he worked as a coach and consultant. Number 8.
How does the
bungee
United
jumping
States always
by
get
A.J.
the
Hackett in
best
1987.
things?
In the early 1980s,
Yeah,
A.J.
bungee
Hackett
jumping. You didn't have to invent that, bro. Like, this is an unnecessary activity that people do. I don't know. Still to this day, I don't know why it's popular. Why people like want to pay to risk their lives makes no damn sense to me. But
fellow
Tell me,
adventurer Chris
eh,
Sticklecow
convince
found
me,
a
bro.
way to
Why
mimic
is this
the experience
important?
of killing yourself without actually killing yourself.
What
He
did I say?
developed bungee jumping after seeing the Vanuatuan ritual of land diving. In 1987,
Vanuatu?
Hackett put bungee jumping into the mainstream by jumping off the Eiffel Tower in Paris, which he also earned a short jail term for. When he returned to New Zealand,
Really?
though,
So you got
everyone was
locked up for
talking
doing
about
that?
bungee jumping.
I mean,
And
fair
in
enough. I would have locked
1988,
someone up for